What's going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to talk about what Pokémon Unite is, everything you guys need to know, as the Pokémon Company officially announced when this game is coming out, what Pokémon are going to be released, what the game has in it. So if you guys are just curious about what this game is going to be, this is the video for you. There's timestamps down below if you guys want to skip ahead to check out what Pokémon are in the game, what items are in the game, everything you guys need to know. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Pokémon Unite is going to be a free-to-play MOBA genre game coming to the Nintendo Switch in July and mobile devices in September. It'll be cross-platform play, so you can play with your friends whether they're on their phone or on their Nintendo Switch at home. Now, the premise of the game is a 5v5 team battle where you choose your Pokemon, and the goal is to score points on the opponent's side in order to win. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. There's going to be high dynamic battle gameplay, moves, items, custom skins. There's a lot of fun to be had in Pokemon Unite. Let's go ahead and talk about it. And as you can see here with Greninja, it's got a skin as well, which is awesome to see. And as we can see with Talonflame, it has its pre-evolutions, and as you continue in battle, you will level up and evolve. Now, there's also held items which you can have equipped before you go into the match, and these held items, as they say, you can get the most out of your Pokemon by giving it up to 3 items to hold. That's different than the main series game, which is cool. There are over 15 types of held items, so find a combination that best complements your Pokemon's moves. And as we can see here, there's a scope lens, Rocky helmet, muscle band, leftovers, float stone, and as we see, there's different attributions, whether that's attack, movement, speed, I'm guessing special attack, special defense, all that kind of stuff. Pokemon Unite as well will also have trainers that can support their Pokemon during battle by using battle items. So as you see here, there's these different items. This looks like a teleport. This may be a speed boost, like a sprint. This looks like a potion, so it's a heal. And this may be a boost, whether that's like attack boost, special attack boost, or it might be a defense boost. We aren't too sure yet, but this is some of the gameplay that we can see from the official Pokemon Unite website. As you can see, there's a lot of incredible and dynamic gameplay happening here with Cinderace, with Greninja, with all these moves. It looks like a ton of fun. But then players deposit the Eos energy, which is those points that I was talking about earlier in this video. As you eliminate Pokemon in the wild, or capture them basically for the Eos energy, and then you battle other opponents, you'll be getting this energy. You want to deposit it into the opponent's goals, basically, to score yourself some points. Now, you'll also be getting rewards in this game that you can earn from in-game rewards that will unlock more Pokemon, as well as outfits for your trainer and holoware for your Pokemon. So this is already a hint, and we'll talk about the different Pokemon here in a minute, but there's a Sableye right there, and that is not mentioned in the list of eligible Pokemon when this game drops, which is definitely a hint at a Halloween event right there. But you can earn these awesome cosmetic rewards for yourself and for your character right here and your Pokemon, which is awesome to see. On top of that, there's going to be powerful legendary Pokemon in this game that you can defeat during the battle, and they're just hinting at that also with an interesting map that doesn't look like anything what we saw above here. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the Pokemon that are eligible, this roster for Pokemon Unite on release for the Nintendo Switch right here, and as you can see, we're going to take a look into more detail what we can learn about them, but a lot of favorites right here like Gengar, Lucario, Machamp, Greninja, the starters, Charizard. I don't think I see Blastoise. No Blastoise on release right here, so only Venusaur and Charizard from the original 3. But let's go ahead and dive into each individual Pokemon. Alright, first up we got Pikachu here, an offensive Pokemon. We can see the ratings on the side. There's offense, endurance, mobility, scoring, and support is the rating system they have. And it says it's going to be a ranged attacker as well. And the only information we do have is its Unite move. Pikachu's Unite move is Thunderstorm, an attack that blasts all surrounding opposing Pokemon with powerful lightning. So a massive AoE right there, looking to be a high damage output ranged attacker. Next up, we got Charizard. Is going to be an all-rounder melee attacker. Very interesting. As you can see, it's pretty well balanced, which is why it's going to be an all-rounder. And you see the evolutions right there. So you'll start the game out as level 1 with Charmander, and then get to Charizard once you hit level 9 in the team battle. Its Unite move is going to be Seismic Slam, an attack with which Charizard aims and grabs one opposing Pokemon before bringing it up into the air and slamming it down into the ground. That is awesome. So you completely quickly lock down one Pokemon, fly it into the air, and smash it onto the ground for a lot of damage. All right, let's see who's up next. We got Snorlax, looking to be a very defensive, defender melee Pokemon. So high endurance is definitely going to be the bulky tank right here, and Snorlax fits the bill right there. Its Unite move here is going to be Power Nap, an attack in which Snorlax nods off and can roll around in its sleep, attacking its opponents. That's awesome. So I guess you may get like a shield boost or heal or something like that and roll around attacking Pokemon while you take a nap. That sounds great. Next up, we got Crustle here. Crustle is going to be a defender melee, definitely endurance and supports heavy right here. We can see the evolutions of Dweeble, the Crustle 1 to 4, and its Unite move is going to be Rubble Rouser. So this Unite move of Rubble Rouser, Crustle covers itself in a swirl of rocks and keeps its opponents from getting anywhere near it. Okay, so a massive shield basically around it, so I imagine it can tank a lot of damage, which is why it's definitely going to be a strong defender. Next up, we have Greninja, attacker and range, so high offense, got some good mobility and scoring as well, so I imagine it's going to be moving quickly around the map. We got Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja, and then its Unite move is going to be Water Burst Shuriken, an attack which Greninja deals massive damage to opponents by throwing a huge water shuriken down on them from above. So an absolute nuke right there, as we can see from the picture. Look, good sized AoE, so you could hit a couple targets with it, but that's going to be its Unite move. Next up, we got Eldegoss here, looking to be a supporter and range, so we might have our first healer potentially. There's the evolution chart, and we do see that Eldegoss Unite move is going to be Cotton Cloud Crash, an attack that lifts Eldegoss into the air, slam down onto the ground, restoring HP to allies and dealing damage to opposing Pokemon. That's going to come in clutch in team fights. If there's a lot of Pokemon clustered in one area for a big team fight, you pop that Unite move, you heal your allies, and you destroy your opponents. Sounds awesome. Next up, we got Talonflame here. Talonflame, looking to be high mobility. It's called a speedster, is what it's going to be classified as, and a high scoring Pokemon. So this thing might be key on a lot of teams if it can score very quickly and move around the map at an incredible rate. There's the evolution levels, and its Unite move is going to be Flame Sweep. Is an attack in which Talonflame charges forward over a long distance while cloaked in flame, shoving its opponents aside. And as we can see there, probably started a bit back here and is just going to be flying all the way through, and anything in its path is going to get burned. Next up, we got Lucario, one of my personal favorites to try out, looking like an all-rounder melee, so kind of like Charizard, which was an all-rounder melee as well. Yeah, I keep thinking Charizard is going to be a range because, right, it's flying around, it's got flamethrower and whatnot, but definitely looking a very well balanced right here. And Lucario's Unite move is going to be Aura Cannon, a move that sends out an Aura Blast that deals massive damage to opponents. So a nice big nuke that looks to be like a Kamehameha right there, which is awesome to see. Next up, we got our other starter here being Venusaur from Gen 1. It's going to be a highly offensive ranged attacker right there. There's the evolutions for it and the levels, and then we see that Venusaur's Unite move is Verdant Anger, an attack that shoots out powerful Seed Bomb that scatters and damages all Pokemon around it. So you basically shoot out these pockets of AoE damage, which is going to be great in a team fight. Pokemon are going to be everywhere battling, and you can just blast that thing out and do a lot of damage. Next up, we got Mr. Mime, which is going to be interesting. Supporter and melee. It's got high endurance and high support as well. So very tanky and designated as a support. Its Unite move is going to be Showtime. It stuns opponents in the area around it. So a massive AoE stun right there, which is really cool to see. Next up, we got Slowbro, probably going to be a support. Yeah, defender, range right here, support, endurance, kind of like Mr. Mime, Eldegoss, Snorlax. Extremely bulky, and off the top of my head, I imagine it's going to be some kind of CC. Yeah, Slow Beam right there. Slowbro's Unite move of Slow Beam, which locks opponents in place. However, Slowbro itself also becomes unable to move, so it's best to save some have some backup from allies. So basically you're going to be hard locking down your opponents right there with your Unite move. Just one opponent, I imagine, but you yourself will also be locked down, so it's going to be good in team fights. Next up, we got Absol right here, a speedster melee, so speedster like Talonflame, but melee right here. Its Unite move of Midnight Slash is an attack in which Absol slashes and throws opposing Pokemon while dealing damage to them. So just massive damage right there, I imagine, from its Unite move, which is awesome to see. And Absol, I think, is going to be a lot of fun potentially. Next up, we got Machamp right here, an all-rounder melee as well, kind of like Lucario. And we see the evolutions right there, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, 1, 5, and 9. And its Unite move is going to be Barrage Blow, is an attack in which Machamp rushes forward and unleashes a combo attack on its opponents in front of it. So definitely high damage right there, and I imagine you don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Next up, we got Wigglytuff, looking to be a support ranged right here. Jigglypuff to Wigglytuff, 1 to 4. And its Unite move of Starlight provides protection to Wigglytuff and its nearby allies. So I imagine it's going to be maybe a big shield. So going to be great in team fights, and that AoE, the size of that AoE is very, very nice, which means it's a comfortable range where in team fights you don't necessarily have to be on top of your whole team. You can kind of hit everyone from a distance with that buff. Next up, we got Alolan Ninetales, an attacker ranged heavy on the offensive and decent on the support right here. Being an ice type, I imagine it's going to slow stuff. Yep, there's Snow Globe. Alolan Ninetales uses a Unite move called Snow Globe, which is an attack which creates a blizzard around itself to freeze its opponents. So a good-sized AoE freeze right there, which is going to be fantastic in team fights. Any kind of crowd control in a game like this, in a MOBA, is definitely very strong. So being a ranged attacker and having that freeze is going to be awesome. Next up, we got Cramorant right here, a ranged attacker. And its Unite move is going to be Gatling Gulp Missile. Interesting. It shoots out a flurry of Gulp missiles at any opposing Pokemon that approach. So basically turns into a massive turret that you can just throw missiles at, which is awesome to see. All right, next up we got Gengar. This one's going to be very interesting to see how they decide to play it. Ghastly Haunter and Gengar, and its Unite move is going to be Phantom Ambush. It can sneak up behind its opponents without making a sound. On top of that, its Unite move, Phantom Ambush, lets it turn invisible. It's a move truly benefiting Gengar, the Shadow Pokemon. So you can basically make yourself invisible and sneak around the map and take out your opponents, which is awesome. Next up, we got Garchomp here, an all-rounder melee, kind of like Lucario and Machamp. We see the evolutions there, 1, 6, and 10. And we see that the Unite move of Livid Outrage, an attack in which Garchomp gives into its furious rage and attacks its opponents. Alright, so you just go on a tear, basically. You pop that thing, and you guys better watch out. Which is why something maybe like a Slowbro, right, with that, with its own Unite move to crowd control an opponent, might work out very well if there's a Garchomp that uses its Unite move of Livid Outrage. All right, next up we got Cinderace here, looking to be a ranged attacker as well. There's the evolutions 1, 5, and 7, and we see its Unite move is going to be Blazing Bicycle Kick, which we did see earlier, and I'll pop that up right here. Is an attack in which Cinderace kicks a giant ball of fire at its opponents, dealing massive damage. And that is all of them. If we go back to the Pokemon, that is the whole starting roster. And again, you guys know the Pokemon universe. There are so many Pokemon. So which one are you guys excited to try? Me personally, man, Lucario and Greninja. I'm really excited to try. They're fantastic Pokemon. We'll have to see what moves they get. But this is looking like a great roster to start off Pokemon Unite. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Pokemon Unite is looking to be a ton of fun. This free-to-play Pokemon MOBA game with the gameplay looks awesome. I'm absolutely excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and be on the lookout in July for Pokemon Unite. So like always, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.